I became increasingly uncomfortable with the drug driving laws. I would drive home and mull over the 20 or 30 people whose licences I'd taken from them during the day for what I perceived to be the wrong reasons. And that really started playing on my mind in terms of, in good conscience, could I continue to be taking people's licences off them in those circumstances? The drugs in New South Wales that are tested are amphetamines, so that's ice and ecstasy, cannabis and cocaine. Opioids, mushrooms, LSD are not tested for. I think the public is also used to a degree of averaging. In other words, we have drink driving limits that approximate to affectation, high range, mid-range, low range, and punishments that apply. But that's not what drug detection laws do. They apply a minute quantity, a detectable level of the illicit drug, and say that if you've got that in your system at a detectable level, you lose your licence. That means that an enormous number, the vast, vast majority of people who are brought before the courts on this charge are not affected. It's a historic or relatively benign impact on their driving ability days or even weeks after their use. And so effectively what that means is if you use cannabis medicinally or recreationally, you cannot drive. Or if you do, you're going to be running the gauntlet of the criminal law and you can lose your licence and your job and your house and the rest of it, all for an offence that only detects a detectable level. And of course, my problem is that, when they introduced random breath testing, the road toll decreased massively. And when they introduced seatbelt laws, there was a reduction in the road toll. But I have seen nothing to show that there is any reduction in the road toll as a result of the thousands and thousands of people who are appearing before courts for historic use of cannabis. There's 200,000 tests planned for this year in New South Wales. Where's the bang for the buck in that if there's no impact on the road toll?